What's up YouTube? It's Astro, back with yet another Naruto power scaling video, focused on who would win in a fight between Minato and Sasuke. Now before we dive into the intricate dynamics of this matchup, I would like to first establish the versions of these characters which we would be scaling. For Sasuke we'll be taking his post Kabuto fight EMS variation, and for Minato we'll be taking his Yellow Mask Obito fight Hokage variation. For further clarification, we will not be considering Sage Minato, as it's not canonically in character for Minato to use Sage mode in battle, which is exactly why he didn't use it in his fight against Obito or in his fight against Kurama. So without any further ado, let's get into the analysis. First, I'll start with Sasuke. EMS Sasuke can be scaled to KCM and Naruto in overall combative ability, as you see them match each other in combat speed, movement speed, as well as the speed and power of their ninjutsu. Tobirama and Minato also both comment on their synergy, which further supports the two being on the same level. In terms of attack potency, EMS Sasuke scaling to KCM on Naruto is a literal death sentence for Minato if Sasuke even manages to remotely hit him. KCM on Naruto is portrayed through numerous statements and feats to be stronger than Sage Mode Naruto, who is stated numerous times to have surpassed his predecessors. Even if you want to say, oh well, this just means he's a better Sage, right? While I agree Sage Naruto is obviously slower than Minato, the manga does indicate that simply having a better Sage mode can make someone more powerful, and Sage Naruto scaling this high in AP is consistent with the fact that we know base Minato, in terms of AP, rivals Naruto's first Rasen Shuriken, which is only half as strong as the Rasen Shuriken Sage Naruto is stated to be capable of tanking. This means that EMS Sasuke through scaling to KCM on Naruto is more than powerful to annihilate Minato if he touches him, but can nonetheless tank anything Minato can throw at him. What becomes even more problematic for Minato is Sasuke's Susanoo. Sasuke's Susanoo and its weapons are consistently portrayed as being stronger and faster than Sasuke himself, which is pretty obvious on at least a pure destructive scale. Sasuke also has the ability to use Amaterasu in conjunction with his Susanoo using his flame control, which can even further intensify the effect of his attacks will have on Minato and the surrounding area. Sasuke's other danger to Minato in this fight would be his usage of Genjutsu. Minato in particular hasn't really been shown in a scenario where he needs to counter Genjutsu, but even if we assume he can, the third data book implies that the only way to break ocular Genjutsu is to have someone else break you out, which Minato could do potentially with a Shadow Clone, but that's assuming Sasuke would give him the opportunity. Sasuke's ocular jutsu, including his Genjutsu, is stated by the 4th data book to surpass Itachi's, which is supported by the fact that Sasuke can replicate the effects of Itachi's Tsukuyomi with the simple Sharingan Genjutsu. This means one could argue Sasuke's abilities with basic Genjutsu equal or surpass those of Itachi's Tsukuyomi, which can even be used to manipulate a target's perception of time. Now let's talk about Minato. In terms of speed, Minato with low ball has been compared to the travel speed of KCM1 Naruto, with characters like B even comparing their methods of attacking and Kakashi comparing KCM2 Naruto's travel speed to Minato. While this may seem contradictory, I believe the conclusion we can reach from this information is in terms of reaction speed, Minato should fall somewhere between the KCM1 to KCM2 Naruto levels of reactions, depending on how you interpret these scenes. Whereas his combat speed should be comparable to KCM1 based on what B indicates, and his travel speed or body flicker should be comparable to KCM2 based on the comparison made by Kakashi. This would mean Minato should be at least relative to Sasuke in terms of combat speed, while arguably having higher reaction speed and obviously superior travel speed. While I believe it's painfully obvious that Minato cannot damage EMS Sasuke, he can beat him while using his sealing jutsu. Minato is stated by Kushina and his frequent opponent A to be well versed in Uzumaki's sealing jutsu, like his Reaper Death Seal. While that technique would grant Minato an obvious win, I have absolutely zero clue how likely he would be to use it, plus it's not his only option, as sealing jutsu can be used to limit or stop a target from using an ability. So yeah, Minato could indefinitely use his contract or layer tetragram seals to seal Sasuke's Sharingan, and hey, that's basically the source of all his power, or he could use it to seal some of his other abilities. While I don't really believe that there are as many empirical arguments to make for Minato as there are for Sasuke, you could argue that it's been established within the narrative that superior speed to whatever degree and sealing jutsu are all that Minato needs to win. The first reason for this would be the indication that the 4 Edo Hokage are the strongest soldiers or the biggest of the big fish in the Shinobi Alliance, which would put them directly over EMS Sasuke. Since we know he has higher AP than Minato, you could just interpret this statement in an overall combative context that Minato just wins the fight for the reasons I've ascribed and not one of literal strength. However, while this can be in reference to Minato having KCM, I don't really believe that the author would feel the need to deliver such direct information to the audience about a character they can't even identify yet. This is also consistent with Minato's portrayal as an unparalleled talent in Konoha history, and a tactical edge would definitely allow him to use his arsenal to handle Sasuke. Conclusively, I think this is an extremely close fight and could go either way. Personally, I lean more toward the side of Minato due to how he's portrayed as a combatant compared to this Sasuke, and I think he's been portrayed as faster being compared to faster feats from Naruto than the ones performed alongside Sasuke. However, I still acknowledge the fact that Sasuke has way higher attack potency and Minato cannot damage him unless he seals his Sharingan. Sasuke should also be able to keep up with Minato in terms of combat speed and arguably reaction speed too, depending on how you interpret some feats. But anyways, go ahead and let me know what you think in the comments down below. See ya.